So last time you guys played, which was pretty much a month ago, you had just finished a battle or a fight with some local tweakers, and you had looted their bodies, and you were getting ready to head back to the hospital with Grace. When you got back to the truck, you didn't see it. A little bit of search. There was a message carved in the ground that said "Fuck the Vanguard." And after a little bit of searching, you realized the truck had been pushed off of the road into the ravine. So you decided to hike back. Excuse me. While you were hiking back, sorry. You guys found sort of like a primitive shelter in the woods. As you approached it, you realized there was somebody that looked like they were asleep. And as you got closer, you realized they were wearing a jacket that had the ADX Florence logo on it, which is a Supermax prison in Colorado.
He was sleeping, had a journal on his chest.
That's right. He woke up, we took him with us, and he was fiddling with something back at the camp. We had him on some shit.
Yeah,
okay.
You had said Marcus was reading the book, and it was about Leon's past or whatever.
Cool. I don't know how long I was talking while I was off. So anyway, try this again. So, lost my place in my notes. Okay. You found the book. You realized it was Leon's old journal discussing his and Rebecca's interaction with Georgia. Marcus interrogated Joel. You guys found out his name was Joel. He said he didn't know anything about Georgia or the book. He just found it in the shelter. It was his son's jacket, who was a guard at ADX Florence. And then after a long interrogation that involved several pistol whips, Joel joined you on your journey back to the hospital to meet up with Grace. Once you guys get there, you guys give her the medication. She gives an IV to the girl with the azithromycin. And while you're there, you notice that Chet suddenly has a lot to say about the way that Grace is treating patients. Specifically mentioning that somebody named Dr. Vic would have done it differently.
Right.
You guys show all the stuff that you looted from the ambulance to Grace. One of which was a defibrillator. I had pronounced that wrong the entire time we were playing last session. Defibrillator. It was broken, so you guys gave it to Joel. He said he could fix it because he had a lot of mechanical experience. Tony asked Silas about Joel. And Tony suggested he could, sort of like take care of him. And then continued to voice his suspicions of Dorian. Chet made another weird mention about Dr. Vic, which causes Tony to ask who the hell Dr. Vic is. Bunk sent Tony out of the room because he was starting to be a shit disturber. Sent him out back to move rocks around, keep him busy. Grace wandered off to get some needed rest. Joel meticulously starts working on the defibrillator. Marcus searched the sick girl's belongings for evidence of hemlock poisoning. But then as he's going through her shit, he remembers that this girl isn't Rebecca because Rebecca died in the C4 blast that Macaulay set off. Bunk hears Chet mumble another mention about Dr. Vic. And Chet starts inspecting the girl's IV disapprovingly. Bunk inquires about Dr. Vic and gets a very confusing verbal salad response. Chet says that he's not feeling well. He's probably dehydrated and needs to get some sleep. Later that evening, Chet wakes up confused. He's displaying symptoms of, he says he's having a headache. And then he just kind of stares off into the distance for a while. Then he goes over and checks the IV again, says something to himself, and then just asks Marcus for an electrolyte drink, because he's confused. He's convinced he's dehydrated and having symptoms of being dehydrated. But his behavior continues to get more erratic, and Bunk, causing Bunk to panic, which caused Bunk to flee out the front of the hospital. Marcus slipped some diazepam to Chet, kind of slipped him a Mickey to sort of like sedate him and get him to go back to sleep. But before he lies down, he seems to have a conversation with somebody. Just nobody in particular, but he's having a conversation with someone. Joel sort of avoids asking Marcus question. He gets ready to ask Marcus something, but then he sort of like pauses before he asks, and then just goes back to his work on his defibrillator. And then he asks Marcus how he came to be with the rest of the group. Marcus tells Joel they have nothing to talk about and he should just focus on the defibrillator. Bunk, while outside smoking a joint to calm himself down, has a conversation with Tony. Tony explains that he still thinks Dorian is untrustworthy. And Tony tries to convince Bunk that Dorian is playing some sort of self-serving angle. The rest of the evening passes pretty uneventfully. Bunk attempts but fails to make a campfire for the stew. And at some point during the night, Chet wakes up very confused and irritated. And you can hear him say, I know, kind of like somebody's on him. And then he attempts to try and remove the IV from the girl. Silas confronts Chet. Chet exclaims that Dr. Vic is the greatest doctor he's ever known, better than Dr. Grace. Chet, for a second time, tries to remove the IV, and Silas knocks Chet to the ground. The sound of the confrontation wakes up Grace, and while Grace is sort of explaining how important it is to keep that IV in that girl's arm, Chet charges in with a gun, demanding Grace to stand down and to allow Dr. Vic to treat the girl. Marcus makes a diving tackle, taking Chet to the ground. Dorian comes in while he's down and just kicks him dead in the stomach. Chet starts crying and apologizing, but you get the impression that he was not apologizing to any of you. And I think that's sort of where we left it off. Excuse me. So Chet is on the ground, having been kicked. He is in distress. He's sort of whimpering and apologizing to somebody, but it's not you guys. How do you want to...
Am I inside or am I outside smoking a joint? Where am I?
No, you're back inside now. You're back inside.
Okay. So I saw all this happen.
Yeah.
Everybody saw it. But what's the little girl still has the IV in her arm and she's still being treated and everything's still good. We got him before he got the IV, right?
Yeah. So you got Chet on the ground, and he is just sort of whimpering and... I'm sorry, I know.
I take out my chloroform and I pour it in a rag, and I'm looking at everyone. I'm like, huh?
I asked, is Dr. Grace is up, right?
Yeah.
She's up now.
The whole commotion woke Grace up. She's been out there.
All right.
Like when
I'd like to ask...
Chet charged back in with the gun that triggered the whole thing, he was pointing it at Grace.
So they disarmed Chet? He's whimpering down there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's no longer a threat. He's just on the ground. I'd like to ask Grace. Grace, what the hell is going on with this Dr. Vic shit? Okay, he's clearly going fucking. He's got like a medical thing going on. He's talking to people that aren't there, and he's hearing things. Thought he was dehydrated. We gave him some electrolyte shit. That ain't it. So, has this dude shown any sort of anything? Like, why is he acting so crazy? Have you seen?
Grace shrugs her shoulders and I have no idea who Dr. Vic is. I have no idea what's going on. She reaches out to feel his forehead. He's like, Jesus, he's burning up though. She's like, he's clearly got a fever. Let's get him into one of the gurneys, and maybe for the sake of our own safety and to keep him the fuck away from that girl, maybe we need to restrain him, find some sort of system of restraint for this. 'Cause I don't want him fucking around with this girl's IV.
Do you want him gone? Like, Dorian's over there ready to chloroform his stupid ass.
No. We don't just kill people that are. Jesus.
Grace is like, well, I don't see any. She's like, honestly, I don't think the chloroform would be a terrible idea, but I think we have better ways of sedating him.
Does anybody have any rope?
I don't know if you guys have any rope. I know you guys have a lot of duct tape.
I have duct tape.
That'll work. All right. Let's fucking put him in a hospital bed.
Mm-hmm.
And duct tape his fucking arms and feet to the goddamn thing so we can treat him.
And the whole time you're like talking about that, Chet can hear you, and he's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't need to restrain me.
All right. It's all right, man. We're gonna get you better. You're a danger to yourself and everybody else in here. We just need to make sure we get you better. You're burning up, man. You're sick.
I don't feel good.
Dorian, I don't want to pick this guy up when I don't know what the fuck he's on or what he has. Like, give him the forget-me-now.
And Dorian just jumps on him and puts it right over his face.
I'm gonna do a stamina roll. Oh, I gotta log into dice real quick.
Damn it, dude! You had such a chance to say, "Now you see me." Now you.
Let's see. I gotta get logged in here real quick. It's been so long. All right, so Chet is gonna make a stamina roll. He's got 1-6, so he's fighting it for a minute. How do I play this out? Give me a strength roll, Dorian.
Okay.
And I'll give you a +2 on this because he is actively breathing in chloroform.
Cool. And for once, I don't have any stress die to roll.
Yeah, none of you should have any stress die. Oh, 1-6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna give him a -2 on this. Because he literally has a rag full of chloroform in his face. Oh no. No, he's out. He fights you for a little bit and you're like, damn, those guys.
I said, tell Dr. Vic I said hi.
All right, so Chet goes out. Chet's unconscious. I would say you guys have a few minutes where he is completely sedated before he...
Yeah, I'll ask Grace to point out what gurney she wants him in, and then I'll duct tape his ass in there.
Okay.
If they say goodnight, will you go to bed? Tell Marius goodnight, and then he'll go to bed.
Good night, Marius.
Hi, little dude.
Thank you. It's magic. He's looking on the television and seeing all you guys.
Yeah, so Chet is out. What do you want to do? You're
Tape his ass to the
Yeah,
hospital
I'm
bed.
duct taping him to the gurney.
Okay. So, give me a... Since you're fashioning a restraint system out of this duct tape, I want somebody to give me a crafting roll.
Dibs.
Ooh. Hey, man, it's my duct tape.
Not me.
All right, you can do it.
I don't know which one that's in.
I don't have any
Okay.
dice anyway. That's a good point. I should probably pull up. some
Is it
dice.
just wits plus crafting, or do
Yep.
I get a bonus for? No. Material is duct tape, not gear. Okay. I got 3 6s. This is the
Holy
most intricate
shit.
fucking duct tape.
Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is roll that resource die twice, once for his upper body, once for his lower body. But because you have 3 6s, I'm going to let you roll that dice twice for his upper body and twice for his lower body, and you get to use whichever result you like. So advantage
Okay.
on the roll. We'll just say call it an advantage.
Yeah. I got. It's a D8 resource right now, so I'll
Ooh.
roll 2 D8s. I got a 3 and a 1, so the advantage help.
Nice.
And then for the second one, I got a 4 and a 1, so the advantage help.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, you're like you want you want to describe what this looks like as you're duct taping him down to the gurney.
I'm thinking of like the stunts that you can do in Alien that we've been playing, and so I think for this, I just like to do it faster than normal. So
Okay.
like double time. This is like
Double time.
efficient, and he's in there. He ain't moving.
Perfect. All right. So, yeah, I mean, the level of accuracy and meticulousness with this duct taping, you're all very certain that even if he does wake up, and even if he is pissed that he's in the restraints, he's not going anywhere. So Chet is finally restrained. And Grace kind of looks at the rest of you, just like, who can tell me about Dr. Vic?
I can tell you what he's
Probably
been
Chet.
mumbling. He just keeps mumbling and literally talking to a non-present figure that he thinks is there, and he keeps talking about Dr. Vic. I think he's talking to Dr. Vic.
He kept saying
So
Dr. Vic wouldn't do it this way.
He's hallucinating, saying Dr. Vic would do it this way, Dr. Vic wouldn't do it that way. Like you don't know what you're doing, and Dr. Vic, like, apparently he's talking like Dr. Vic used to be here and in your position, and that you took over Dr. Vic's, or he used to work for someone named Dr. Vic. I'm just trying to piece this together, but I mean, it's not making a lot of sense. It sounds like a fucking fever dream.
Yeah, none of, like, to be clear, I have no idea who Dr. Vic is, so I don't know what I don't know who he is. I don't know why Chet is suddenly fascinated with him. None of this makes sense to me.
Where'd you find Chet?
I mean, he's a volunteer. I mean, he just showed up one day, just like everybody else does. And
Know anything about his past? Where he came from?
Check his pockets.
I don't know anything about his past that, quite frankly, would seem necessary to know about. So whatever's going on with him and this thing with Dr. Vic is new. But I do know that fevers can cause hallucinations, specifically. Well, clearly, he is hallucinating. The question I have is, I don't know what's causing it. If he's just dehydrated and he's got some sort of fever, it could be that it'll go away on its own. It's just a matter of time. But outside of that, I don't really have a way to diagnose hallucinations unless I specifically understand what caused it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what illness he has. Could be. I mean, that's entirely possible. There are a few conditions where fevers and hallucinations are symptoms, particularly if he's got brain swelling.
This probably as restrained and, you know, as he's going to be. Give him a look over and see what you think. You know, he's got a really high fever and maybe he's got spots somewhere. Check his mouth, check his eyes. I don't know, shit. Do
So
your doctor thing.
Tony rolls in and he's just like, I mean, we got the antibiotics for the girl because we all agreed that she was young. She had some sort of shot at a longer life if we could save her. This guy, how many more years do we think he's got? Do we want to use
Chet?
precious resources on somebody who's, I don't know, he looks to me like he's pushing 50. What are the odds
say that in front of Silas?
What are the odds that he's gonna recover without medical assistance? All I'm saying is we have limited resources. Do we really want to use them on somebody that's, past his midlife?
That's not up to us. When I turned to the doctor, Grace, and I'm like, Grace, that's your call. You're the medical professional here. Is this man? I mean, you look him over. Can we save him? Can we treat him? Can you do anything? If you don't know for sure that he's got some sort of fucking bacterial infection that we can fix with antibiotics, we ain't gonna give him antibiotics. Unless you know what the hell's wrong with it, we're not just gonna throw the kitchen sink at him and see what the fuck works. Like, figure out what's going on. I mean, it's up to you. You're the doc.
So
I drew a gun on you. I don't think he's worth it.
So Grace just sort of says there's a lot of possibilities here. I mean, let's not do anything rash. I still am under the general guideline of do no harm, so fucking why don't you chill out? She looks at Tony and she's like, why don't you fucking can it for a minute? She says, but that being said, I don't know. If it's a virus, there's very little I can do. If it's bacterial, you guys did just come back with a boatload of antibiotics. She's like, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to give Chet, I'm going to look over Chet. In the meantime, can somebody just check out the girl to make sure that her vitals are okay? See if she's starting to turn around?
I will.
Okay. So
actually, that's more Ryan's thing. You're the medic, right? Didn't he have more medical training than any of us?
I think so.
Let's see. My empathy and healing is a total of 6.
Yeah.
So
You had more healing than any of us. I think you were like our medic.
Mr. Miyagi.
yeah, I'll check her out. And yep, she ain't doing good. No. What do I need to do, Ryan?
Give me a medicine roll.
And I'm exhausted right now, so is that a -1 to a skill?
-1 to
Okay.
everything.
So it's a -1 to my empathy and my healing, or just a -1 in total to the total
just the
amount?
total pool.
Okay, so 5. No ones, no sixes.
No one's no sixes. Would you like to push this roll?
I guess I ain't got no stress. Let's do it.
So, tell me narratively what it looks like when Marcus like really pushes his medical knowledge to the edge to really to get a good check on this girl.
He's like doing the neck thing, and then he goes to the wrist, even though it's the same thing. To him, it's like, oh, this is different. He's checking. He just uses his finger to like kind of open her mouth and like check her the inside of her mouth and roll her eyes back. Just very basic shit that almost anybody would do. But seemingly like he knows that it's like something only he knows and not everybody knows.
Okay.
And okay, so let's add a stress. How old is the girl again?
She's maybe 13 or 14. She's a teenager.
That's what. And Marcus is also very careful to not touch her in any any uncertain way. Like he's very careful of that too.
Just do what you need to do, dog
Very
killer.
very professional of you.
Hey, I felt bad about that dog. I still do. All right, so let's push this. I didn't have any ones. So oh shit! 2 sixes.
Two
Sorry,
sixes.
it was like all 5s and 6s. So at first I was like, yay, but 2 6s, yeah.
Okay. So as you're, doing this examination, kind of checking her vitals and whatnot, you do notice that she seems to be stable. Whatever you guys are giving her has had a positive effect on her. With 2 6s, you notice that she's covered in insect bites.
Oh. Shit. She may have malaria.
Would we know what kind of insect bites? Do they just look like mosquito bites? Do they look like chiggers? Do they look like spider bites?
With 2
Tick
6s,
bites?
I mean, you know that in the mountains of Colorado, it's pretty limited in terms of the number of insects that you would run into at this elevation, except for the fact that you're down at a valley, where you know that there are water drainages that run through the valley. So this would be an area where you would encounter mosquitoes.
Zika.
Did Chet have any bites on him? Maybe he got the same.
Ooh.
Same.
Somebody look
bug.
through Chet's pockets and inspect Chet for some bites. Bunk will. Bunk goes over there and starts looking for bites on his arms and shit. And then he kind of looks around, and he kind of like pulls up his shirt, and he's like looking for fucking bug bites on him.
Okay.
Inspecting.
Sure. So as you're sort of like looking over him and you pull up his shirt and all this stuff, you do recognize that you don't really see any insect bites, but you can clearly see that he has some sort of significant skin irritation.
Shit. Okay. So he's got a rash and a fever.
And there's
He
bug
probably
bites on
needs
the
some-
girl.
But anyway, Grace comes back and she's like, I can't specifically determine. I mean, he's got some sort of rash. He's got a fever. It could be any number of things. Maybe he's just got poison ivy, and he just happens to have a fever coincidentally. The two just. But I can't place anything, especially since he's not awake for me to ask him any follow-up questions. I can't really diagnose anything in the immediate sense, but I can tell you he is very feverish. My guess is that whatever is causing this fever is also causing the hallucinations. If he's got some sort of infection that's moved into his brain, he could be suffering from encephalitis. It could be a number of things.
So it's a bad infection.
He
So how should you
is...
treat this, Doc?
I don't know, because I don't know what the point of origin is.
Fuck. Well, we do know he has a high ass fever. Why don't we put him in some fucking... I mean, how high is the fever? Can we take his temperature?
She's got a thermometer. Yeah, it's one of those. It's not a fancy one. It's one of those like tape thermometers. That's just sort of like a band of plastic that like heats up to different colors depending on what her temperature.
On
So
a
she's
fish
like,
tank?
yeah, exactly. So she puts that on his forehead. And she's like, I mean, it's above 100. I don't even like. That can't be good.
When we searched Chet, did we search for like snake bites or anything?
Bunk did kind of like give him a cursory. I mean, Grace looked him over, and she said all she found was a skin rash.
Herpes.
So, from back in the corner, Elliot. I'm not Elliot. Joel.
I was like, ooh, new NPC.
New NPC. Joel.
Let's hit him in the head.
Joel kind of pipes up and he says, he's talking to
Tinkerer?
Marcus.
The old man prison tinkerer guy?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Joel turns to Marcus and says, have you ever seen any kind of crazy like that before?
I've seen a lot of crazy in this world since it's gone to shit.
Yeah, but like anything like crazy. Not less like, oh my god, that's crazy, but like this guy's hallucinating. Have you ever seen any kind of crazy like that before?
Rocky Mountain spotted fever. I'm gonna check
Saw-
some room.
Saw a man trying to eat his own dick once. That was crazy. But
Elliot's like that is
it's
crazy.
not Elliot, it's Joel.
Where did you see that? Was that in a movie?
I wish it was just a crazy day down Tijuana way. Oh god, I sound like Bunk now. I'm sorry.
He's like, huh? Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before. My son told me about this guy who was like on his first week that he was at the prison. He was doing a transfer. He met this guy. He was one of those Hannibal Lecter things where they're rolling him in. And he couldn't really like turn his head and look around, but my son's telling me a story. He says, this guy, he's on a gurney. He's got one of those Hannibal Lecter cover faces on him. He's kind of like turns his head as much as he can. And he says, you look like a man who still thinks the world can be saved. Don't worry, that'll pass. And I remember he's telling me this. That like, he was saying it like he knew that my son was like on his first week. I don't know. But that was crazy. Like that guy was crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds pretty crazy, Joel. Good talk.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well,
Maybe we can talk about that later, Joel.
I don't
Yeah.
know how to fix this. I mean, fucking Rocky Mountain spotted fever is a tick-borne thing. And, I mean, I've never seen shit like this. I don't think Bunk's seen shit like this. And Grace hasn't seen shit like this. And basically we're treating one with antibiotics. And it seems like the girl and Chet have the same shit going on. I don't know. The girl was brought in unconscious, right?
Yeah, she was delirious. She was barely conscious.
So we don't know if she was hallucinating or not, but fevers, spots all over that look maybe like bites.
Tony pipes up one more time. He's like, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I've heard enough about Rocky Mountain spotted fever to know that we would be doing him a kindness.
Tony, what do you do here besides stir up shit?
What do you do, Dorian?
I go on missions.
I still
do
got
magic
shit that I
tricks
want to settle with
two
you.
hands.
I still don't think I understand how you came to be with this group. I still got questions of my own about you.
Is Tony missing limbs at this point?
Yeah,
Does he have like a hook hand?
He's missing his which did we decide it was his left or his right? He's missing a hand. And
I remember he was the
he was moving right.
Vicious like machete attack.
Yep.
Poor guy.
So Tony has yet again suggested that it would be, beneficial to, maybe just put this guy out of his misery.
Tony, no one wants to do any mercy killings. This is a different group. You're not in charge of it.
You
You'll
got
be the
something
first
to
person we
say,
called,
Dorian?
You met Silas?
There's something you want to talk to me about, Dorian?
Yeah. Yeah, it just never set well. The reason Georgia left was because that last time when we were in the group, you did a mercy killing when no one wanted you to.
That's bullshit. Everybody agreed to that. You guys all said yes.
No. No one did. Just you. And then when you did it, regardless of what everybody wanted, that's when Georgia knew it was time to go.
Are you calling me?
That's why I think you had something to do with her death.
Oh, you're just gonna turn the whole thing around on me then? You're just gonna gaslight me in front of all these people, huh? Don't listen to him.
She went to
talking
get
shit.
help and then never came back.
You're a liar. You're a bullshit artist. Your fancy coat and your magic tricks. That's your whole world. Your whole world is making people believe something that's not really there. Oh, look, I made this coin pull out of your ear. Bullshit. Your whole thing is just bullshit. Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you. He's a lot of talk, a lot of flashy, fast-moving fingers, but it's all bullshit. I can't prove it yet.
It's not bullshit.
But I know.
It's magic.
As far as I'm concerned, those are synonymous terms. Trying to get me to believe something that's not real is bullshit.
Are you sure Tony's smart enough to know what the word synonymous means?
Let's see.
His only magic reference was what you do to a 3-year-old to impress him.
He read it in a book once, And you get the impression that he uses the word synonymous all the time in the wrong context, but every once in a while he throws it out there and it's right.
And it
Nailed it.
lands.
And this was one of those times. He heard somebody on a he read it in a book once. He's like, synonymous, that's a cool word.
God. Tony's growing on me.
Tony, we met a fan of Dorian. Did you know that? Dorian has a fan.
What?
Where did we leave her?
She's back at the rec center.
Yeah, Corinne, I think her name was. Man, she is
Never heard of
a
her.
devoted fan.
Sounds made up.
You got any fans?
Bands. No.
Or just anyone that likes you in general.
I'm not out here to be liked. I am here to survive and to make the tough choices that apparently none of you guys want to make.
Y'all stop picking on Tony now. He
Thank you.
is the best rock mover we have in the camp. Okay? He's a dedicated member of the remaining good folks around here. Speaking of which, how is the rock pile coming, Tony? I didn't get an update on that.
Perfect. No.
Have you
Possible
secured
breach.
all of the weaknesses?
Oh,
It's synonymous.
Yep. They are synonymously secured.
Copy that. Okay. Well,
So
I don't know what else to do. I'm not a doctor. I can't fix that lady, and if Grace doesn't know what to do, I mean, I can't just.
Joel is going to
How the
pipe
hell
up
are we gonna figure?
one more time, and he's like, I've seen a lot of instances where, sometimes maybe Tony has a point. I mean, I'm not saying that murder's good, but I am saying that suffering is bad. If he's got Rocky Mountain spotted fever, he is about to have a very bad 24 to 48 hours, maybe 48 to 72 hours. They're about to be real bad.
Well, when it comes to that, we'll make that decision. But we're not in the business of just fucking shooting people when they look a little sick.
Oh, we don't have to shoot him. Don't you have chloroform? To be real quiet, like
Yeah.
real gentle. You just fall asleep.
Joel, how's that defibrillator coming?
Ship shape.
So it's working then?
If you need something, I haven't tried it. But I mean,
it should be working.
Should be.
Okay.
I got an idea.
Grace. Yeah, what's that?
Why don't we try it on Chet?
That's a terrible idea.
Now, Joel is growing on me.
Is it? Is it a terrible
Tony's
idea?
pretty tough. We could try it on Tony.
Tony, you are one tough
Everybody-
motherfucker. Like, I saw you take so
I
many
ain't
fucking
scared.
hits.
If you
in
want to
that fight.
you want to defibrillate me,
God.
fuck it.
Poor sweet Tony.
I dare you to
No.
do it.
No,
I dare you too. I double dog dare you. This is fucking great.
nobody's defibrillating anybody, okay? Just
Grace
everybody
pipes up.
chill
It's like,
out.
I would also like to suggest that nobody defibrillate anybody.
God damn, it got real heated up in here, all right? The girl, we're trying to treat with antibiotics. She is our canary in the coal mine. If she starts getting better, we'll know that we can treat whatever the fuck this is with that. We will not give any of the antibiotics to what's his fuck over here, okay? We have to see how he develops. We also will not mercy kill him because he has a fever, okay? That's fucking ridiculous. Just everyone chill the fuck out and see what happens. Tony, chill out. Dorian, chill out.
I'm
Silas,
perfectly
chill
calm.
out.
I'm perfectly calm.
He's an asshole.
Tony's
They pulled
just
a gun
like,
on us.
I'm
It has
perfectly
a
calm.
fever.
Calmer than you are.
With polish. Get your toe.
Barely beat me to it.
All right. Well, shit. We're all rested up, or I suggest we go take a rest. Does anybody need... Maybe I could go herb hunting. Are there any medicinal herbs that I could probably bring in here? Grace, is there something that I could aid with if I found... Let's see. Let me think of what Bunk would know is like a local herb that would help with some shit.
She's like, well, I mean, you guys brought me a lot of antibiotics. I mean, I guess I can put him on an antibiotic drip as well. I mean, it's certainly not going to hurt anything. It might nuke his gut bacteria, but are we really going to worry about that?
Don't put him on shit yet until we see if it's working for the girl. You don't need to waste... I mean, we just waste all the antibiotics if it ends up doesn't working. And antibiotics is very, very, precious in this time.
Tony just sort of shakes his head. It'd be a waste of resources.
I mean, Grace, I think it's premature that, that we give him antibiotics as well. Let's see if it works on the girl. If it doesn't work on the girl, why would it work on him?
Grace turns to Marcus and she said, well, she looks better, right? She looks stable?
Yep. I concur, Doctor.
Are we assuming they have the same thing? Like, I don't know. Maybe I missed that.
They don't.
They both have spots. They both had fevers.
She had bites. He had like hives or whatever.
Yeah, he had a
Great,
like a
Dr. Grace.
rash.
What the fuck do you think?
I think...
We're a bunch of monkeys in here trying to fucking play doctor when there's a real one over here.
Yep.
We're supposed to think.
Yeah, and without blood work tests, without being able to actively communicate with him, and without being able to get any further diagnosis, I know as much as I know. I know how to treat a fever. But that's largely just treating symptoms. I don't know what the point of origin is. I don't know what he's contracted, what he hasn't contracted. We can give him something to treat the rash. We can also give him something to treat his fever. But that's all I know how to do right now. I can put him on an antibiotic drip. It won't hurt. Tony's just like, that's a stupid idea. We should just put him out. Joel pipes up one more time. He's like, I mean, I don't know him, so I don't want to say he had a good run, but who here is going to have a good run? Maybe the kindest thing that we could do for him is just,
I mean,
make it
when he
all
was
end.
not sick, I'm pretty sure he was more helpful to Grace in this little hospital than Joel or Stumpy Tony over here.
Stumpy Tony.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have, yeah, I'm a doctor, but like, I'm also a doctor in a primitive environment. This isn't St. Luke's. It's an abandoned YMCA.
Do you have any... So in a normal setting, you've just put them on an antibiotic drip. In a normal hospital setting, that's what you would do?
Well, in a normal hospital setting, I would run a series of tests. I would check his blood work. I would do a number of things. All of which I don't have access to do.
I don't think there's any reason to give him any antibiotics. I think we wait and see what the fuck. If we want to lower his fever, you got any Tylenol or some shit?
Sure.
Any fever reducer? Okay,
Yeah,
let's
like, I got
lower
plenty
his
of
fever.
Tylenol. So
Let's lower his fever.
She crushes up some Tylenol and puts it in some yogurt. No, I'm just kidding. She gives him some Tylenol, and she's like, we'll see what happens. I gotta be honest though. Outside of hoping, I think that's about as much as we can do.
I refuse to kill a man that has a fever. He hasn't fucking done anything.
Grace is just sort of like, to be clear, I'm not advocating we kill him either. That's these two fools. She points at Tony and Joel. And Joel's like, I don't know if I'm a fool.
I turn around and say, so the second I get a fucking fever, I just want to make sure that y'all ain't gonna just slit my goddamn throat.
I would never slit. Joel,
I would never do that.
Joel pipes up. I would never suggest that we slit your throat. Like I said, we have chloroform.
Or that.
So,
All right. We're not going to kill this guy. Like, let's move on.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So
coming from Joe.
Marcus is still exhausted. Marcus, you have not slept yet. Is there? Do you want to get an opportunity to sleep?
I would like to, yes.
Okay. What do the rest of you guys want to do? Let's assume you guys have enough experience that you could. Let's assume you guys all have at least 6, 12, 18 experience. Does anybody want to spend some experience while we go through this? While Marcus sleeps.
Inexperience? Jesus.
I think that sounds good, but I also want to ask Grace a question before I get into that. So, Grace, have you seen the guy that we came through with, before all this with the girl and Chet? We might have referred to them as the Alphabet Soup Group. We took down the Vanguard presence in Fraser with them. I'm just wondering if he's come through.
He hasn't. I mean, the last time he came through was before you guys headed out to the ambulance. He hasn't been back. I'm assuming
Did he happened to bring a couple of horses and leave them here.
Let's see.
That guy has my horses. My horse, anyway. I don't know whose horse the other one is.
She says she did, or he did. They're out front. I'm not. I'm assuming somebody's been feeding them and giving them water, but yeah, the horses are out front. Excuse me.
That's outstanding. I'm gonna go check on the horses.
Perfect.
So it's 5 points to make a 0 to a 1. It's 10 points to make a 1 to a 2.
Correct.
And it's impossible to make a 2 a 3.
No, it'd be 15.
Could we learn 2 talents?
You can learn their talents are 20 XP.
Oh, I thought they were.
And we can only up the individual. We couldn't up our empathy. We'd have to we'd have to up a healing or an insight or persuasion, right?
Yeah, and the reason for that is that if you increase like one of your core attributes, you're basically giving yourself one for all of them. Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Cheating.
So to go from 2 to 3 in a skill would cost 15 XP.
Okay.
Yeah, Marcus is going to do that. He's going to move his stealth from a 2 to a 3 using 15 of his 18.
Okay.
And then he's going to pass out.
Okay.
A 1 to a 2 is 10.
1 to 2 to 10 is 10. Yep.
All right, I'm going to up my persuasion to 2.
Okay.
You said we got 18 experience?
Yep.
Okay. That's all I can do then.
So
Unless I get to add it to my old experience, which is 4.
Well, what I'm saying is that 18. Did you have 4 left over? Because we went 3 sessions.
I had 4 left that I was banking and saving for some
Okay,
shit.
great. Sure. Yes.
Sweet. So I got 12 left, so I could do something more.
Well, before we do that, describe to me how Bunk, during this period of time, manages to become more persuasive.
I find an old book. I'm just kind of pacing around the hospital, and I found this old debate textbook.
Yeah.
And I just start thumbing through this debate textbook, and I'm like, I should be more sure of myself.
Okay.
And he just kind of studies up, and he's like, I should probably, I'm the oldest guy here. I should probably just believe in myself a little bit more. I could probably convince some people of some shit.
Okay. I dig it.
And I guess he also would like to up his. I'll up my stealth from 1 to 2. No, fuck that. I'll up my mobility from 1 to 2.
Okay. Perfect. So
And that is and just like air squats while I'm just
okay. Perfect.
calisthenics.
A whole session's worth of time of calisthenics. You rejuvenate your joints. You find new range of motion. You're developing your fast twitch muscle fibers. And as a function, Bunk is now more mobile. Is there anything else anybody wants to do?
Dorian, what skills do you have, or what talents do you have? I mean,
Talents, I have bullshit artist and nimble dexterity.
what does the nimble dexterity give you?
You have the grace and reflexes of a cat. You can push any skill roll based on agility twice.
So if I spend 10 XP, I can learn that, and he has to teach me?
Yes.
Sure. That's what I would like to do.
Okay. So, Dorian, since you are teaching this skill to Silas, I need you to roll a persuasion roll, and Silas needs to roll insight. If either one of those rolls are successful,
Maybe I
works.
should have increased the insight. It's kitty.
if either one of those rolls are successful.
Nope. Not here.
No.
Damn.
Neither one of them. Okay. Well, the good news is you keep your XP.
That's nice.
And you can try that again.
I feel like I was trying to teach him like with my jacket, and he just wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
And so
What was
I
the
put my jacket
disconnect?
back on. I'm like, God.
What was the disconnect in this lesson? How did this go wrong? Just lots of mixed metaphors and broken similes and.
Can I say narratively that by the end of this, like I have a better understanding of people rather than like increasing my dexterity, so I'll just bump up my insight by from a 1 to a 2, spend 10 that way.
If you want to, sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I mean, it's your
Insight is
XP.
shit.
You can try to do that if you want.
If I want to learn something, I gotta get better at learning things. All right.
I would also argue that insight is a very useful skill in this game.
Ryan, do you want me to explain how Marcus worked on his stealth to get it better while they were doing this?
Love for you to do that. Yes.
So while Dorian was trying to show Silas this and everything, Marcus, like Drax the Destroyer, completely invisible to everybody, just shows up, his face right over Dorian's shoulder, and says, "Abracadabra, bitch." And then he went to bed.
That's hilarious.
I'm looking for the manual that you sent, and I can't find it because I want to look up. I had chosen a couple of traits, and I don't remember what the fuck they do.
I don't have my copy of my book with me either, but I can look them up.
Which followers?
Somebody tell me what I got. Lucky and Second Wind.
I can tell you that Lucky is for critical injuries.
Lucky, no matter how horrible the situation, you always seem to make it out unscathed. When you suffer a critical injury, roll twice and choose the result you prefer. Twitch watchers, you can get this at any Barnes & Noble, Books A Million.
That is not true at all.
Most gas station bathrooms.
That part is true. As long as you go to the Quick Trip on King's Highway.
Get you a polar top.
In the stall.
What was the other one from Lucky?
Oh, Second Wind.
Second Wind. When you are broken, roll for stamina. You cannot push the roll. For every success you roll, you regain 1 health point. You can only use this talent once while broken, and it has no effect against critical injuries.
Okay.
Free with the purchase of a Polar Pop.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I think I tried to make Bunk a cockroach, basically. That was my whole idea there.
Okay. Anything else? Is there anything you guys want to do during this time?
I'm checking on the horses.
Okay. You go out and the horses, I mean, other than being kind of dirty, they seem to be okay. They're not injured in any way. I'm sure that they would love some water. But outside of that, they also still have their saddles on. And as far as you can tell, they've had their saddles on for about 72 hours now.
Oh, I will lead them somewhere like near some sort of post or something I could lean some saddles up against and take the saddles off. If I have any way of brushing, like their sides and everything, I'll do that. And then I'll rummage in my pack and find if I think I have any food that the horses would actually eat.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you've got, you don't have any horse food specifically, but, you're in a pretty broad meadowed area. As much as it's high desert, there's certainly scrub brush for them to eat if you would like to sort of take them away from this parking lot and let them have a chance to sort of graze a bit. Cool.
Yeah. Do
All
that
right.
and tell Roach she's a good girl.
What's the name of the horse?
Roach,
Roach. Perfect.
like in The Witcher.
Oh, okay, yeah. Does anybody else have anything they want to do?
Before Marcus goes to bed, I'd like to ask him if he's got any books that I could read while he's taking a nap. I'm kind of bored.
Books. No, buddy. The only book I've got's the memoirs or the diary that Joel slash Eddie or whatever Ryan keeps calling him had.
Joel.
But yeah, it's Joel, but you keep calling him Eddie or something.
Do you mind if I take a look at that?
I was actually going to use it as kind of a pillow because it's really soft and you really can't read much in it. So I was actually just gonna like kind of keep it right here with me.
Okay. I'll ask somebody else for a book. Anybody else got a book?
No.
No. Okay. I'll just
Grace
play with
is
my
like, I
cards
have a
then.
medical textbook.
Nope, that's okay.
Are you sure?
I need something more interesting.
I'm going to choose to not take that as an insult. Okay, cool. So, Silas is out front, taking care of the horses. Marcus is sleeping. Dorian is doing whatever Dorian does. Dorian and Bunk are doing whatever they do. Things have kind of like settled down a bit. After a little while of things being kind of calm, Tony sort of casually walks over to Joel. He's like, "Hey, we seem to be on the same page. I think we both understand what needs to happen to Chet." And Joel sort of turns to Chet, or not Chet. This is going to be one of those moments where I fuck up everybody's name. Tony. We got too many NPC names bouncing around in my head right now. Turns to Tony and says, "Well, I'm not saying it needs to happen. I'm just saying that of all the options, I don't think it's a bad one. I don't know that it's necessary, but all I know is that if I was in serious pain and if I had nothing good to look forward to but agony and suffering, I've seen plenty of both. I don't necessarily need to suffer through any more of it. So if it ever gets to a point where I'm in agony, I would hope that you would do that for me." And Tony's just like, "I got you." And Joel's like, "That's weird. But you understand that I'm not saying the same thing that you are, right? That like, as much as they are similar in the outcome, I don't see it as necessary. I just don't necessarily think it's a bad idea." And Tony's like, "I got you." And Joel keeps shaking his head. It's like, I'm not sure that you do. Tony's like, We're good. And Joel's just sort of like, just so we're clear, I'm not saying we should shoot him. I'm just saying that if we collectively as a group decide that we need to take that course of action, I'm not against it. Tony's like, right, yeah, no, yeah. What do you think about Dorian? You had that book, right? What was in that book? And Joel is just like, hey, man, I don't know what's up between you and Dorian. I don't really care. And I didn't really read much of the book anyway. I just kind of fell asleep. Tony looks at Joel, kind of like he's not sure he believes him. He looks over at Dorian, like he's still suspicious of Dorian, and he just kind of walks out. He's going to go double check the rocks in the gate. And then Joel is going to approach Dorian and just be like, what the fuck is up with you two? You guys are like, you got some beef that's like some mean girl shit. What's going on?
I mean, Tony's Tony. He's a big jerk and a bully, and I don't vibe with that. And I never did, even when we were in a group together. He doesn't find the value in me, and I think he brings more baggage than he does benefit.
You mentioned something about
I'm just a clown, so no one pays attention to me.
Well, can I tell you what I hear?
Sure, I'm all ears.
Well, what it sounds like to me is that you feel like you're not being taken seriously by the rest of the group.
Oh no, this group kind of takes me seriously. I mean, they used to not. I think they're growing on me now, or I'm growing on them.
So he has a very strong disdain for you. And he seemed really interested in the book that I had that Marcus now has. What do you know about what's his deal with this book? Who's Georgia?
Georgia? How do you know who Georgia is?
Well, that book detailed a man and his daughter encountering a woman named Georgia. And while it doesn't specifically mention anything in terms of dirty deeds specifically, I can tell you that the tone of those entries was quite sinister. I mean, I know it's hard to interpret tone from text, but the guy was talking about being a master manipulator, and he was talking about luring people in. He was talking about weaponizing manipulation. I don't think there's a lot of tone that isn't sinister when you're talking about those kind of things. Like, it sounds like this man and his daughter had some fairly serious ill intent for Georgia. So who is Georgia? Because I've heard you mention that name.
Georgia was part of our group with Tony. She was probably my closest friend of all time. I didn't get on her nerves as much as I did everybody else's. she kind of she liked how I lightened the mood in these dark times. But she and Tony always had different views on how the group should be ran, and he thought he should be the leader and what he says goes, and Georgia wanted it to be more a communal type thing, and we'd all make our own decisions on what's best for the group collectively. But then Tony took matters into his own hands once, and that scared Georgia. She thought maybe if he did that was just a testing of the waters to see what else he could push and do without people standing up to him. And so she ran off or went to go find other people or someone to help us. And she was supposed to come back. She didn't come back, and then Tony blamed me. So then I went out and looked for her. I was supposed to bring her back. And then, lo and behold, when I was supposed to find her, I found these guys, and I guess she was being poisoned, and then they blew her up or something.
Who blew her up?
One of, I
They
guess,
like sat her on a barrel and shot it with an arrow?
dude, I wasn't there. I heard the explosion. I saw bodies scattered all over the place. The old man was really pissed off. He was looking at me really weird when I showed up. Like, yeah, the stew guy.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that was what happened in Georgia. And yeah, and then Tony lets the rest of the group get captured by these other guys, and they're probably been eaten. I don't know.
What?
Tony's just not a good person.
Okay. That's a lot to process.
Yeah, I've been holding it in this whole time, Joel.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I am the first person that you felt comfortable enough to be able to say this to. Is there anything else you need to get off your chest while you're at it? And he looks at you, and he gives you the most sincere, sort of inviting notion that, like, you can tell me anything.
You know what, Joel? I do feel really comfortable with you. So I'm going to tell you.
I'm all ears. I think it's good to unburden yourself from baggage.
My last name's not really Danger.
That one hit hard.
God damn it.
But
You
I tell
don't
you this
say.
because I'm pretty sure no one's going to believe you if you say that. So
He kind of looks at Dorian, and he's like, "Can I tell you a secret?"
yeah,
And he's like, "That's good to know. If I ever have one that I feel like unloading to you, I absolutely will."
okay.
I'm going to remember that, though. I'm going to remember that you opened up to me, Dorian, and I can promise you that I will never use that against you.
When you say it like that, it kind of sounds like you will.
I promise you I won't. Good talk, Dorian.
Yeah, back at you.
So, anything else do you need to add to the conversation or anything? No? Okay.
I've shared enough.
And Dorian, or not Dorian, Joel just kind of like nods his head and he's like, I feel like we're building a connection, Dorian. I got your back.
Thanks, Joel.
I don't think you killed Georgia. I'll just say that. I
don't think I did.
No, I don't. I don't think
I definitely didn't.
Georgia.
Those guys. My group was with Georgia apparently when she was alive.
I think you're a straight shooter, Dorian, and I think these guys are lucky to have you.
You know what? That means a lot, Joel. They are lucky to have me.
Yeah, it's hard to find good friends in these times.
Joel, now it just seems like you can take your lips off my butthole and move along.
I feel a little scarred.
Jesus Christ.
But I think I understand what you're implying. But that's good. That's good. You know? All right. It's good to have friends.
It is.
Safety in numbers.
There are safety in numbers.
All right. He pats you on the back and he's like, I gotta see a guy about a horse. And he wanders off down that same hallway that Chet wandered down the other night when he went to the bathroom. Speaking of bathrooms, let's take a break because I have been drinking a lot of water lately, and I have to go to the bathroom. So we're gonna take a little break. We'll be back in 5 minutes? Is that enough for everyone?
Yeah, it's enough.
Cool. All right, we'll be right back. Yeah, you were suspicious of them from the very beginning, and then just decided not to act on it until I blew you all up. Anyway, so after Dorian and Joel have a conversation where they I don't want to put words in Dorian's mouth, but a friendship seems to be blossoming. He heads off to go to the bathroom.
Just taking a shit. No.
Not following him to the bathroom.
So Tony comes back in. He's like, so you talking to him? To Dorian.
Yep.
Seemed like you guys were really hitting it off. What did he tell you was in the book? What was in the book, Dorian?
So there's some stuff about Georgia in there.
I fucking knew it. Fucking knew it. What did it say?
Dude, I don't know. I don't have the book.
We told you. What did it say?
He said she was in there and there was some sinister shit about some Leon guy using the power of manipulation. I don't know, man. I can't recall.
Fucking knew it.
Every word he said.
Fucking knew it. I'll be right back. Tony leaves down the same hallway that you watched Joel walk out of. Meanwhile, while Joel and Tony are apparently in the bathroom, Chet starts to groan a little bit. What? It's like rustling around. He's trying to sit up. He's like, what the fuck? Hey! Why am I taped down?
Because you try to shoot everybody.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I
going to
go
shoot
over to him
everybody. It wasn't going to shoot anyone.
It's all right, man. I don't think you're in your right mind. You had a really high fever, and you were talking to people that weren't there. Who the fuck is Dr. Vic?
Who?
Dr. Vic. You were literally talking to someone who was not present, and you kept referring to a Dr. Vic.
Dr. Vic doesn't work here.
Okay, where does Dr. Vic work?
Dr. Vic worked at an old hospital. And he just he says that. He's like, oh. I think I'm going to throw up.
Says he's gonna throw up.
Yeah.
All right, I asked Grace for a bucket.
He gets a bucket and how are you gonna? He's like I don't want to throw him forward. It's just gonna can you undo my shoulders so I
Sit
can
up.
roll over? Huh? He's
He
taped
can
to the
sit
gurney.
up. His hand,
He's taped to the gurney.
his wrists and his ankles, right? Not his fucking chest.
Okay.
Can he sit up?
I don't know. I didn't think we would determine that. Sure, he can sit up, but he's limited because as he tries to sit up, his wrists are bound. He kind of he turns his head to the bucket. It's one of those things where he starts salivating. And then he just heaves and just wah, and it just unleashes this ungodly amount of fluorescent green vomit.
Green. Okay. It's not red. There's no blood in it.
No blood in his vomit. And he lays back down. He's like, oh, that was exhausting. Grace, get me out of here. He just starts screaming for Grace to get him out of the gurney. He's just screaming about how you guys are holding him against his will and this is bullshit, and he's just pissed off.
I say, I'm gonna go dump your bucket, man. And I walk outside with the bucket, throw the bucket of barf out.
Sure. So, he calls Bunk. He's like, hey, come here.
Come back in. What's up, man?
You gotta let me out of here, man. Yeah, you gotta let me out of here.
I put my hand on his forehead. Does it feel like his fever's broke at all?
No, God, no. He's sweaty. He clearly has a fever. You gotta get me out of here, man.
Okay.
If Dr. Vic finds out, I don't know what he's gonna do.
Buddy, there's no Dr. Vic, and you have a ridiculous fever right now. You're out of your goddamn mind, so just try to remain calm.
You gotta
and close your eyes and go back to sleep.
If he finds out, we're all gonna be in trouble.
Okay.
And he's looking at you,
right.
and he's like, no man, you gotta, and in the middle of freaking out, he looks almost past you, over your shoulder, and he's just no. He just starts freaking out. He starts thrashing, just thrashing his whole body, screaming, no, stay away from me. Ah! He just starts screaming uncontrollably. He is thrashing his body around. His whole gurney is rattling. Ooh. He thrashes this gurney so hard that it starts to, it's wobbling back and forth, and he's heaving it over on its side, and the whole gurney falls over on its side. And he's on the floor just screaming, you gotta get me out of here!
I call for Dorian. I say, Dorian, will forget me now?
So,
pulls a rag out of his sleeve.
In all of the noise, In all of the noise, Joel and God, I gotta keep these names straight. Joel and Tony come running from the other, from the hallway, and you can tell that like as they're running into the room to see what's going on, they're both simultaneously like shooting daggers at each other. And the last thing you hear any of them say was, "We'll talk about this later." Before they walk into the room and see what's going on, Tony immediately sees the situation and he looks at who's in the room right now. I'm assuming Marcus. Are you still asleep, Marcus? Marcus, give me a stamina roll.
Let's see, stamina. It's gonna be 4, and then I've got 1 stress die. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. So my stress die was a 4, and then 2 1s and no 6s.
Okay,
on
so
my base.
Despite the fact that this is a calamitous event, you sleep right through it. I'm assuming has Silas come back in from tending to the horses?
I'm having a grand old time. Pastoral scene, feeding horses. This is the most relaxed Silas has felt in a while. So he's still out there.
Perfect. Silas
He
has
hasn't hit
no
anybody with the
clue.
butt of his gun in
Silas
at
has
least an hour.
Silas is due to pistol whip somebody.
You line him up, I'll pistol whip.
So
He's just out there practicing that. That's what really.
in all of this, the only people that see this is happening are Tony and Tony and Joel, who came running in from the bathroom, who seem to be in an argument of their own, and then Dorian and Bunk and Grace. And Grace is just beside herself. She's just like, "Oh my God, we got to get him up." She's like, maybe restraining him was a bad idea.
What? No, he's freaking out.
I don't. Do
Grace,
we have?
he's insane right now.
It's like you said you had chloroform, or should we like? I think this would, if anyone was a good time, now would be a good time.
Yes. I agree. Sedate him. He's a danger to himself and others, and he just needs to rest and get this fever going. Or die, whatever, but I mean, him thrashing around ain't gonna help.
All right, so yeah, take my rag from my sleeve, I put it on his mouth, and I say, "Chet you later."
And he is
Boy.
Chet
Oh,
you later. So he's breathing so hard that like there's no chance that he's not just like inhaling, just taking like massive gulps of this into his lungs. So after a few seconds, he's out cold. Tony pushes through and he's like, "This is nonsense." He's out. We have an opportunity right now to make sure that he doesn't wake back up. He doesn't have another fit. He's out of his mind. What good could come from this? We have a simple solution. He's already asleep.
Tony, shut the fuck up. All right? We are not killing a
Tony
man
pulls
that
his
has a high
gun,
fever.
points it right at Chet. It's like it would take nothing.
Bunk
He's
pulls
not-
a
he's not
pistol out of the
hurt-
back
he's not
of his
hurting
fucking
anybody.
belt and points it right at Tony's head. Stand down, Tony.
Tony's like, "Hey man, I'm not moving rocks this time."
I understand, Tony, but listen, we gotta have compassion. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing here? We're still human, but we gotta have compassion. This man is sick.
I feel
Okay.
like I'm being compassionate.
How the fuck are you being compassionate right now, Tony?
Look at this guy. He's out of his mind. He's clearly in pain. He's clearly suffering. We can end it.
Every person with a high fever, you would just off
So
them
as
rather
you're-
than let them fucking get better?
As you're talking, he pulls the hammer back on his pistol. And Grace is just like looking at all of you, but like at Dorian and Bunk, and they're like, what the fuck? What do we do?
Tony, you need to calm down.
I am calm. I'm completely calm.
Tony, he is completely restrained, and he is no danger to anybody here.
I didn't say he was in danger. I said he's in pain. He's suffering. All I have to do is, and in the middle of this sentence, when he's saying all I have to do, out of nowhere, you just hear him stop dead in mid-sentence and just go, and he turns around to look at Grace, and you just see a screwdriver sticking out of the base of his skull. And Joel is standing there going, I don't like bullies. And Tony flops to the ground. Just falls to the ground.
I put my pistol back in my waistband behind my pants. Say, thanks, Joel.
Would
I got
Marcus
you.
have been awake to see any of this, or Marcus still asleep?
You're sleeping through all of this.
I love my NPCs. They're my fucking favorite, dude. All right. I gently reach down and uncock that hammer, and I put that one in my waist belt as well.
So, Grace is sort of like, she's shaking. She's just sort of like trembling and like, what the fuck do we do next? I guess.
Should I wake Marcus to see if he can check in his vitals?
I look at Joel and I say, Joel,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But you kill it, you bury it. So go ahead and take Tony out back and
that's fair.
dig a hole, please.
So we're okay with Joel killing Tony, but not Tony killing the other crazy one?
Absolutely. One of them was insisting we murder a fever man. A man with a fucking fever. Insisting. And another guy prevented a murderous fucking crazy person from murdering someone. So, I mean, yeah, I think we did what we needed to do here.
So, Joel sees the size of Tony. He's like, oh, man. It's bitten off more than I can chew here. He's like, I'm going to grab that real quick. He pulls the screwdriver out of the base of Tony's skull and just sort of like flicks it off a little bit, wipes it on his shirt, puts it back in his pocket. He's like, all right, pretty sure I can do this.
I'll help you if you need help.
He's like, he struggles for a minute, but then like the blood rushing out of the base of his skull acts as a lubricant as he drags him along the ground, and he just sort of like seems to manage to pull him out the door. He's like, all right, guys, do you have a designated space?
He did move some rocks around. You could probably bury him next to those.
Tony next to his beloved pile of rocks out there, please.
Perfect. So Joel drags Tony out the front, just leaving a smear of blood on the floor as he drags Tony's dead body out the front. And it's one of those things where there's like 3 concrete steps, and as he's backing up and dragging, it's like clang, clang, clang as he goes down the steps. And so, and then he drags him off, and he's outside on the side of the building.
I asked Grace if she's got a mop.
It's like, I
want to go over to Bunk and be like, so that was, I don't know if you heard, But those two were arguing when they came out of the bathroom. And it was very convenient that they were going to talk about something later. And then he just kind of murdered him to shut him up. I didn't like Tony one way or the other, but it sounds like they were talking about something incriminating.
Sure, and we can investigate that further, but, I mean, nobody made Tony pull a fucking gun on the guy that's secured and duct taped to a hospital bed.
Tony's a big dummy.
Yeah. Fucking sucks.
Oh.
We'll figure out Joel as we go, but I'll tell you what, I'll put all my chips on fucking Joel rather than Tony. Jesus. Anyway, I'm gonna clean up this mess. I'm sorry, Grace, you had to see all that. And then I just like kind of start mopping all the blood up.
You know, it's Grace is just sort of like, you know, I've seen plenty of deaths. I don't think it's been a while since I've seen somebody actually murdered right in front of me. Yeah, let me get you a mop. And she just kind of walks off.
Dorian, I'm not dismissing. I kind of quietly am like, Dorian, I'm not dismissing. I saw that too. They clearly had a thing going on, but I mean, shit.
I don't know. He was talking about. He was talking about this book that I guess Marcus has that has a guy about that's a master manipulator. And I don't know. Maybe Joel is like, because I had a really good conversation with Joel, and he was raising up on my Leica meter, and but now I'm getting kind of suspicious that he's trying to manipulate us into I don't know, something nefarious.
Well, and I look at Dorian and I say, it only works if you let it. Right now, he's useful. I mean, he killed a man that was about ready to. I mean, basically, it was either Joel killed him or I killed him at that point, and fucking Joel killed him first. So, all right. I'm not saying Joel moved up in my fucking leaderboard whatsoever with that. He didn't. He did the same fucking thing I was about to do, but you know what? He's still useful. He fixed the fucking defibrillator and he killed the guy I was about to shoot. So he hadn't proved himself one way or the other, but shit, here he is.
So as you're having this conversation, you just hear, can somebody stand me up? Chet is still laying on his side in the gurney that tipped over. He's like, can you guys set me up?
Yeah, sorry, man. I fucking grab it and grab the hospital bed and kind of rock it back and like tilt it back up. And I asked Grace if do we have like a cold, like a rag we can soak in some cold water and put over his forehead and try to cool off this dude's fever at all.
She's like, well, I mean, I don't have any refrigerated water, but I mean, we can, yeah, sure, we can dampen his forehead and hopefully just evaporatively it'll help.
That's something.
And so she does, and you know, for the next few hours, it's calm. I mean, Joel is outside digging a hole. Chet has passed back. He's passed out again. And
that's the girl.
It's a good
How's
question.
the little girl?
Um,
He's our canary.
would you like to check her vitals?
Yeah, I would, but I suck at it. Is Marcus up?
Marcus is, unless you guys wake him up, he is still sleeping.
No, no. I'll go try to check her vitals.
Okay.
Oh boy. Can somebody roll some shit for me? Because I don't have any fucking.
What is your medicine?
My healing.
Healing, yeah.
So 2 empathy and 1 healing. So 3 total die.
You can't make heads or tails of it. But you're just kind of like looking at her like, yeah, she looks fine. I don't know. I mean, just from looking at her, she does not look like she's feverish. She's not sweating. She's not hallucinating the way that Chet is. She's just kind of
Call
peacefully
Grace
wrestling. Yeah, after she brings you to mom.
Peacefully wrestling.
Yeah.
I call Grace over. I'm like, Grace, is she doing any better? You're the medical professional. Are the antibiotics improving her condition at all?
Jesus. Grace kind of looks at her and she's like, well, I mean, she's certainly not any worse.
That is. Oh, God. This is the worst hospital of all time.
Yeah. I mean, it's an abandoned YMCA in a post-apocalyptic situation. I don't know. What are you expecting? St. Elsewhere?
Yeah, right. Oh boy. All right. So I don't know what to do with anyone. Nobody's changing. Nobody's condition is changing. I have no new information. We have changed a variable and we're waiting for something to change and nothing's fucking changing.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, you know, things just kind of calm down. You know, Chet stops thrashing around. The girl is alive. She's, I mean, she's not dead. None of you can specifically ascertain whether or not she's better. But she's, like, as Grace said, she hasn't gotten any worse. And as you guys sort of settle into this moment of calm, so to speak, you know, I'm assuming at some point Silas is going to have had enough.
Be done playing with horses.
dealing with the horses.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, did I see fucking Joel dragging a body? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, Joel killed the guy.
Yeah,
Joel killed the guy?
yeah, Joe killed Tony. Tony fucking pointed his pistol at a restrained at Chet over here. He was about to murder fucking Chet in a bed with a fever just because he was inconvenienced by him. So I had my gun on him, and lo and behold, Joel came up behind him and fucking stabbed him in the base of the skull with a screwdriver. It was pretty rad. But anyway, Joel's taking care of it. So, I mean, c'est la vie, Tony. Yeah.
Well, not anymore, I guess. Damn, like, Tony was good to have in a fight. Like, the guy is kind of dumb as fucking rocks, but god damn, he could take a hit.
It's a good shield.
A hit. I take out my flask and I unscrew it and I'm like, Tony. I take a little swig and I kind of pass it over to you.
All right. Yeah, to Tony.
So if you guys are both yeah, go ahead.
I'll pass it on to Dorian to see if he's gonna drink to Tony.
I put it up to my mouth and then strike a match and blow a big fireball.
Like, holy shit. We're in a goddamn makeshift hospital. Don't be throwing no goddamn fireballs in here.
Bunk just looks at him and shakes his head. It's like, you wasted perfectly good fucking whiskey for a goddamn trick.
So to that
You're
end,
wasting it on Tony.
with multiple people having taken drinks off of this whiskey, I need you to give me whatever resource die you have on that whiskey bottle.
I had a D6.
Oh no.
Roll for it?
Yeah, roll
Roll
for
a
it.
D6.
Anything but a 1 or a 2.
I don't have it. Somebody's going to roll for me.
I got you.
Okay, you're good.
5.
Still got some life left in that bottle.
Hell yeah.
I would have felt bad if I would have wasted your last whiskey.
Last whiskey.
I was-
That would have been very fitting.
I was
If it
hoping
was
so
you, you
hard.
piece of shit.
I was hoping so hard
Great.
for a 1 or a 2. I would say at this point, it's been long enough that Marcus has awakened from his rest. So if you had any stress, you can go ahead and remove that. You can also give yourself back, roll a d6 and give yourself back any hit points you might be missing.
Yeah, what's our health again? It's based off our. It's a total of 5.
It is
no,
6 plus whatever your stamina score is.
6 plus stamina. So roll a d6. I'm at 3 right now. That's a lot of shit. That's a 1. So 1 plus 2 of my stamina for
3, 4. So
4.
if you were
if you
at,
level up your stamina, do you level up your health too?
Yep.
Fuck. Should have done that.
all right, back up to 7. Feeling the flow.
You waste all your experience, Shane.
Yeah, on
Card tricks?
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it in a top hat. No, I put one in force, but I should have probably put it in stamina.
so I think at this point, we're getting late in the day. Did we eat for this day yet? Oh, I guess. Was this a new day when we started?
Last
Feels like
session, it was a new day when all of us that slept woke up,
Gotcha.
and I believe we had a conversation and ate.
Okay. Perfect. Is there anything any of you guys want to do before we get into the last shift of the day?
I think we're all set on. Nobody's hungry, thirsty, exhausted, or cold. We're all good. And now we're all rested. And nobody has any stress, right?
No.
All right. Tony's dead and buried.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like we're getting into the evening of the day. Like, this has been a long day of, like, arguing about Chet, fighting with, fighting through his psychotic break. Joel and Dorian having a conversation where they apparently start becoming super friends. Tony murders Chet in a fit of rage after having a private conversation with him in the back hallway. So it's been a full day. You guys spent several hours training, doing air squats and reading a book. Silas spent, most of the day out tending to the horses.
8 hours petting the horses.
It's been a day. I mean, it's been a day.
Took a nap.
Is there anything you guys want to do in this last shift of the day?
I think I'm all right. I'm
Okay.
good. What time is it?
We'll say
Can't
it's like 6 o'clock. Or no, I'm sorry, like 8 o'clock.
All right, I'll try to make some stew.
I was gonna say we haven't had stew all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah, it's
a
about stew time.
give me a crafting roll. See if you can get that fire going.
I'm gonna need
Marcus-
Shane or somebody to fucking roll me some shit. I need 7.
Hey, Silas will help you. He has a camp kitchen in his gear. It's a +2 survival when cooking.
7 plus
Plus
2 gear.
2.
I
Oh,
got
wait,
you.
you said he was crafting for fire? I guess it doesn't matter.
That is a bunch of 6s. So you get
Okay.
a nice campfire going. I'm assuming you're
While
doing
that's
this
happening-
out front, outside. You're building
Yeah.
this fire. Okay.
I'm out front.
So Marcus would like.
I'm watching Joel bury.
Yeah, and he's
fucking-
like he's at the end of it. Like he's finally at a point where he's like shoveling the dirt back on. He's like packing it down. He's smacking it. Yeah. He's spent a while. It's a big. Tony was a big guy. Big guy, big hole. So this was a solid. This is some work.
I want to reward I want to reward all of that work, dragging Tony out, stabbing him. I'm making a good stew. There's nothing that brings a good close to a day like a fantastic stew. Bunk knows this.
Marcus, what was Marcus gonna do?
So Marcus getting up from his rest, like coming out front, like smelling the smoke and hearing the crackling of the fire, kind of doing that like thing, and he was walking up to where Bunk is, seeing what he's doing, and seeing in the distance what Joel's doing. It's like, what did I miss something while I was sleeping? Where's that dumb fuck with one hand at?
Oh, Tony? Yeah, no, he's dead. Does this need salt? I kind of like give him to taste it.
And I eat it real quick, and I'm like, maybe a pinch. Scooch back a little bit. What happened to Tone Loke over there?
Tone Loke was trying to fucking shoot Chet, who was like feverishly restrained to a hospital bed and going bananas, but was zero threat to anybody. He just was intent on murdering him. And I had my gun on him, but before I could even shoot Tony, Joel snuck up behind him and put a screwdriver in the base of his skull. So kudos on Joel. And he actually buried him over there. He's still burying him right now. So I thought I'd reward everyone with a little bit of stew.
So as you're talking about this, you just hear Joel from the other side of the yard. He's like, you guys talking about Tony over there?
Yeah, just catching him up to speed. You want some stew?
And he looks straight at Marcus, and he's just like, I killed him with a screwdriver.
I told him, screwdriver.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, I killed it. Like, Marcus is just kind of like wide-eyed and being like, okay, so, and talking to Bunk, it's like, did he murder him? Or like, was Joel the good guy in this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tony was literally about to murder a restrained, feverish man in a bed. I was about to... I was borderline. I had my finger on the trigger. I was about to shoot Tony, and before I could shoot Tony, before he murdered the man in the hospital bed, Joel killed him. So Joel's a hero in this story. We'll see.
And as you're telling this story, Joel kind of slowly starts walking over to you. He's like, man, what are you making there, stew?
Yeah, it's kind of known for it. It's kind of my thing. Here, and I kind of take a bowl It's just getting done. It gets better with time, but you know, don't judge me on the first little bit. But go ahead. And I kind of hand him a bowl.
And he's sort of
It's
like,
nice and hot.
ooh, it's good. He kind of sits down and does one of those things where he stretches, and he's like, oh my God, today was fucking crazy. Right?
Shit.
He looks at
I mean,
Marcus and he's like, you ever seen anything like that? Oh, I guess you were asleep. Uh-oh, I just lost all of you.
Yeah, we got you, bud.
Okay, no, I'm just saying.
You back?
Yeah, you guys were all paused. Anyway, so he realized, he asked that, and he's like, oh, you were asleep. Kind of looks at Bunk, and he's like, hey, man, I appreciate that you have my back. I appreciate that you see me as the good guy in this. Because I didn't want to do it, but I just felt like, I don't know, I had this conversation with Dorian. Good guy, Dorian. And I just felt like Tony was maybe taking things a little bit too much in his own hands. And don't get me wrong, I get the irony in me saying that when I just sort of like decided to stab him. But I just kind of feel like it was a greater good moment, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know. Like I said, I had this conversation with Dorian. Dorian gave me some information about Tony, and Tony seemed maybe a little too eager, and it kind of seems like he has a pattern of being a little too eager to put people down, if you know what I mean.
Like you did? I mean, you did just put a guy down, and you're talking about somebody being too eager to put a guy down. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it. Not with a screwdriver, which, you know, kudos for style points on that. I will say it probably takes a lot of effort to kill somebody with a screwdriver. That's not just like a whim sort of deal.
It was shockingly easy. I was expecting to have to, like, I don't know, it went right in.
To be fair, Silas, I had a gun on Tony's fucking temple. It was either I was about to blow his ass away before he stuck that screwdriver in.
So you're saying you
If you
had
think
the
about it-
situation under control, and he killed the guy.
I don't know. I
Well-
mean, I don't know if I'd say it is under control. Tony didn't seem to be backing down from his position at all. It just kept ratcheting up. I think we were in a game of chicken, and I decided to end it.
To tell you the truth, I actually paused a little bit, Silas, and I'm embarrassed about that. But Tony helped us out in that rodeo, and I saw the value in Tony, and I see the value in human life, and I didn't want to put him down like that. I didn't want to believe that he had that murderous rage, but Tony got the hammer, and he was about ready to put a bullet in a restrained man's skull in a hospital bed for no reson.
I just try and like stop and be like, "Hey, Bunk man, like I trust you. If you say that's what it is, like I got your back. I understand. That's what it is."
I kind of froze, Silas. I froze a little bit, and I think Joel did what I should have done. To tell you the truth.
I think we're all on the same page here in understanding that this was the right decision.
Yeah.
Are you running for office now, Joel? What the fuck?
I'm just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
Everybody, have some stew real quick.
So he yells
Yeah, I
in.
did.
Joel yells in, "Hey, Dorian! Dorian, you got to get out here. There's some stew. Have you ever had this stew? Bunk made stew."
Yeah, I've had Dorian stew. Thanks, Joel. It is.
Bunk stew? It ain't Dorian stew. The fuck?
Sorry.
And Marcus would say, I've actually had a bit of bunk stew at this point. I know it's got a little bit more time. And Joel, earlier we were having a conversation. I told you we'd continue. I'm not a religious man, but I would like to go where you buried Tony, and if you would join me, just to, thank Tony for what he's about to give back to the earth to help us regrow the world that we're living in. Let's just, if you'd mind walking down here with me, and we can finish that conversation we had earlier.
He looks at Marcus and he says, "You're a religious man?"
I wouldn't say religion. I believe in what we put in the earth, we give back. And
well, what we put in the earth was a really tall dude who
It's in a hand.
with one hand. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you wanna do the whole thingamajig where I've personally not had much use for it, but if it means that much to you, I can show you where I buried him.
Yeah, let's do that.
So he's like, all right, come on. And he leads you over to the grave. And it is a very unceremonious hole in the ground. It is just a mound of dirt. He didn't even put a marker or a tombstone, even though there's a pile of rocks. He didn't even decide to use one to mark the grave. It's just a very unglamorous burial spot for Tony.
And from the distance that we're at earlier, you were referencing that when I was talking to Bunk, that Joel could hear us talking. But we were talking like a normal conversation. If I were to talk to Joel from here, would Bunk hear us?
I mean, if you are far enough away that in order for them to hear what you're saying, you would have to raise your voice. You would have to specifically make an effort to speak loud enough for them. Basic conversational tone, they might catch little. They're not going to hear you.
Gotcha. Okay. So everybody else stop listening because now my dark secret's going to come out. No. So Joel, earlier you were telling a story about recollection that you had of your son.
Yeah.
And you said he was he worked at a prison.
Yeah, he was a guard.
And he was a guard, and that's where you got the suit.
Uh-huh. That's where I got the jacket, yeah. It's my son's.
And Marcus would have positioned himself in between Bunk behind him and Joel in front of him. He wants to kind of lower his voice and make sure that Joel and him are making eye contact. And he wants to say, Joel, I've got a very, very serious question, and I need a very earnest and serious answer.
Ooh. Are you about to propose, Marcus?
I'm about to propose a life or death kind of question, yes.
Oh. Those are my favorite questions.
I keep forgetting that Joel is such a contrarian to the moment. Your son.
Yeah.
I knew your son.
How did you know my son?
Well, before I answer that, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know who I am?
Joel's going to pause for a minute. He's going to take a long thought, long beat. And
while he's doing this...
Yeah, go ahead.
While he's doing this, Marcus is a sniper rifle guy, but this whole time he's always had a 9mm on his hip,
Mhm.
That 9mm is not on his hip right.
Oh,
That 9mm is in his shooting hand, conveniently placed behind his back.
okay. Give me a
Please say stealth, because I just updated that.
yeah, sure.
For
Give me
sure.
stealth. Yeah, give me stealth.
Yeah. Let's
Because
see.
there's no
That's
sleight of hand, right?
There's no sleight of
that's
hand.
8, and no, I don't. That's +2 on a stealth roll.
For what? A camo jacket?
That gun ain't camo.
Camo jacket is a bonus on stealth
No,
rolls.
bro.
Yeah, when
I
you're
know.
attempting to
I'm-
hide from an enemy. I mean, you got 8
You're
I'm
already.
hiding a
just-
gun. You're not hiding in a bush.
I'm just
Okay,
trying to cheese
so
it a little bit.
Just
Oh, that's gonna hit. That's 3 6s.
okay. Well, here's the thing. He's gonna have to roll observation. How many did you have? 3?
I had 3 6s. Yeah,
Okay.
but I had a pool of 8. So
So for every 6 that Joel is about to roll, it's gonna negate one of yours. So as long as you have 1 success still remaining after all of yours have been negated from this roll, you will be successful.
Sounds fair.
He did not roll any successes. He has no idea that you are hiding this gun from it. It's dark. You know, your body is positioned in such a way that it's just perfect that you're kind of obscuring the fact that your hand is behind his back. So you ask him this question. You know, if he knows who you are. And he pauses for a long beat. And he just looks at you and says, "You look like a man who still thinks the world can be saved. But don't worry, that will pass."
I thought the world could be saved, and when I knew your son, I think he thought the same. And he was green, but I didn't know him that well.
I need you to roll. I need you to roll insight.
Okay, that's not bad. 6. And that's an empathy, so I can push this skill roll twice. And stress only affects the final roll. Oh fuck, that's no 6s, but
You're gonna need 3.
no 6s. I'm gonna need 3 6s. Fuck. Okay, well, okay, I can push this twice, and the effects only apply on the final roll. So let's do it. So let's push it. God damn it. This is bringing like alien vibes to me, and I know I'm just about to shit my pants. Okay, so no 1s on that first one, so back to 6 with a stress. 1 2 6s on that one, and a 2 on the stress.
Okay.
No 1s.
So clearly, what you're extrapolating from this is that he knows who you are.
Okay. So to get the third 6, would I have to push this again?
If you can push
Or-
it twice, you can push it. You can push your roll twice, right?
Yes, I can push any skill roll based on empathy twice. Stress effects only apply on the final roll.
So
So do I add a second stress?
So here's the thing about pushing it twice, is that you don't accumulate successes as you go. You just have the option to roll it a second time. You can choose which result you want, but you don't accumulate more successes, if that makes sense.
Okay. So I'd start back over with 0 6s, but you said that from that role, I know that he knows who I was before.
He knows who you are. Yes.
Okay.
Based
So
on
there's no
based on
reason-
that role, he knows who you are.
and I now know that.
Yeah, and you are it. Yeah, you know that he knows who you
Okay.
are, and he knows
So I'm not
that you
gonna
know
push
that you
that.
know that he knows that you know who he is.
Okay. But he doesn't know that I know that he knows that who knows. Okay. So I'm gonna say to him, this is a moment that I've been dreading from the beginning of this.
Why is that, Marcus?
Because I was at that prison that your son worked at. And I was there that day. The story you were telling about the crazy man, and he was one of the worst people to ever come into that prison. And I know that. And I'm telling him this, and as I'm telling him this, that gun is slowly coming from behind my back, but it's not raised. It's at my side, so that he is aware that there is a gun in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know that I was there because I think you know that I was the warden of that prison, that Supermax prison. And at the time of the world ending, I was doing my damnedest to root out a ring of evil guards that were using inmates to make money, using them in fight rings, covering up murders, contraband, everything. Your son, who was there that day when we brought in one of the worst inmates ever to that prison, was new. And I didn't know if he was there because the evil guards brought him in, or if he just got hired and he was right there in the middle of the shit. But the story that I just heard about you taking Tony out because Tony was a bad guy, and you don't like bad guys, makes me think that your son was one of the good ones. And I've lived this whole time. I lived on my own for the first month this shit went down. And I've done everything in my power since the world ended to try to help people, to keep my secret, because there's a lot of inmates from that prison that got out. And if they knew who I was in this world, I'd be at the top of the list of people to murder. So I need to know right now that you know who I am, that you'll keep my secret, and that you'll know that what happened to your son and how he died, I didn't get a chance to judge him, but I think knowing you, being his father, he was one of the good ones. And I'm going to put my gun that I've shown him that I had ready to pull on him. I'm going to put it in the holster.
So Joel's gonna kind of sit.
That was good scene.
Yeah. By the way, that was awesome.
You helped me with that, Ryan.
That's awesome.
Dumbledore clap.
So Joel is going to kind of sit with it for a minute, and he's going to say, so when you're asking me to keep your secret, I'm assuming that means that the others don't know?
No one. They know that I was one of the head ups in the Trail Angels, which I helped form, but I never wanted to be at the top. I was at the top of that prison. I just wanted to help people. When I found out about this ring of evil guards, I was doing everything I could to root them out. And right when the shit went down, I didn't know who knew that I was coming for them. And I don't know who they helped get out when shit went down. So you're the first person, but it's because I think you knew from your son who I was. And so I'm telling you, from what you did today with Tony, I'm giving you all the trust I've got. All these guys back here, I trust them too, but they don't know who I was and who I can be.
So Joel is just gonna... Okay. I'm sorry. Everybody froze for a second. Did you say you extended a hand out to like shake his hand?
Yeah, I extend my hand out and I just say, let's move forward together. The past is the past, but now you know that I know who your son was, and you know that I know who I am. I'm confusing the fuck out of myself, but yeah.
So Joel sits for a minute and thinks about it. And he reaches out and he does grab your hand. And when he grabs your hand to shake it, you realize that it's covered in Tony's blood and the mud from having just dug this hole. And when he shakes your hand, he squeezes it in a way that is sort of maybe a little firmer than is necessary for the moment. And he kind of pulls you in a little bit and he says, "We all have our secrets, Marcus." And then he just lets your hand go. And
Before we let go, I'll say, here's one more secret. I don't think Dorian's last name is Danger.
So, yeah, he's like, yeah. He already told me it's not. But he looks at you and he's like, I don't have any need to tell them anything. I need you to roll insight again.
We'll just get everyone's secrets.
Right, and that's with one stress guy. Come on. We've been making it good all night. That's a goddamn... I panicked.
Really? You panic. Okay. Roll me a D...
Don't like that.
Oh, well, you only have 1 point of stress, right?
1 point of stress, yes.
All right. Well, then it's fine. You panic, but like it's not possible for you to have any sort of negative effects. Your score's too low. Anyway.
I got a 6, but that doesn't matter with the panic, right?
Wait, you rolled it. You rolled a. No, if you panic, you just panic.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I just have an existential crisis from finally letting this secret out.
Yeah, we'll say that you panic. In the sense that you realize that the biggest secret that you've been holding back from literally everybody this whole time, you realize that somebody now knows it, and that puts you in sort of a vulnerable position. And as much as Joel has assured you that he has no reason to tell anybody about this, still it just makes you are very aware of the fact that you now are in a moderately vulnerable position.
Yeah, I think at this point I'll just take a golf club and beat Joel to death with it.
Can I pee real quick?
IRL?
Yeah. IRL.
Okay, yeah.
It did sound like Bunk was asking.
Yeah, go ahead. Take a break. We'll wait for you. All right.
All right. Where we at?
So, Marcus and Joel have just had a very tense, very high-stakes conversation out by the grave that none of you are privy to. And as we head back, we get back to the back to the stew, and Marcus is just he's gonna grab a bowl. He's gonna ladle up a bowl of stew for Marcus. He's gonna hand it to you, and he's like, I've always found that stew is really good after a prayer.
Okay.
Anyway.
Marcus will just say, as he grabs his bowl and walks away, the stew giveth and the stew taketh away. I don't know.
Easy. That's Bert.
You guys are all weird. Have you pet the horses yet? It is relaxing as fuck.
You guys are weird. Have you petted the horses yet? Okay.
But I think that's what we'll end it for tonight. Yeah, we'll pick it up there in 2 weeks, and hopefully it will actually be 2 weeks instead of 4.